Is this really the best option we've got here, folks? Bringing back the Muppet Show? Is this how desperate we've become? Yes, it is. It 100% is. And they even made a joke about that in one of the trailers. Yes, we have got to the point where I think it's almost 50 years since 45 years since the last episode aired in the 80s. The Muppet Show is returning. We all know it now. This is what this channel was created for, to talk about the recent Muppet news. I didn't know that it would be so heavily featuring about the new show, but here we are. Is this the best option? At the moment, I think it is. The Muppets have done a lot of, experimenting with different styles. They did the mockumentary thing, 2015. That had its ups and downs. As a show, it was actually okay. As a Muppet project, probably not the best that they've done maybe ever. But I think the performers knew what they wanted to do there, and they didn't get the full freedom, but whatever. They tried that. They did the live shows, the O2 and the Hollywood Bowl. I went to see the O2. That was amazing. It was really good. And I think after that, it probably sparked a whole lot of stuff going, we should really just do the Muppet Show again. Now, as the Muppet screening for the new special happened, Seth Rogen was there and made a throwaway comment about the fact that Kermit and him had been planning this for 7 years. Now, if that's true, that's sort of around the time that the O2 shows were going on and stuff like that. So, I don't know, maybe the O2 shows were just a way for them to get back into that way of thinking of, we're going to do the Muppet Show at some point, we're going to test out some stuff, have a real audience reaction. Who knows? Dave Goelz said that he thought it would be good to do all new stuff, all new things, so we're not repeating anything, but he said he was completely wrong, and the fans wanted to see what they've wanted to see with their real eyes for their entire life, which is, Mana Mana, singing that song, doing Rainbow Connection, some of these things, the Swedish Chef, Veterinarian's Hospital, just some classic sing-alongs. All of that was exactly what the fans wanted to see, because it's exactly what the show was originally made up of. So now we are here, 2026, the 2nd of Feb. We're here, and they're doing it for real now, and I think that it's probably the best option they've got now, and I feel like the performers seem to be ready. In a Below the Frame podcast hosted by Matt Vogel, who is now Kermit, he's Kermit, Lou, Zealand, Sergeant Floyd Pepper, those guys, Uncle Deadly. In that one, an episode that came out a year ago, which featured Bill, Matt again, who was it? Peter Linz and Eric Jacobson, and they were talking about characters they've inherited. So for Eric, it's like Piggy, Fozzie, Animal. For Peter, it was like Link Hobthrob, Lips, Robin. Bill, it was the Swedish Chef, Dr. Teeth, Ralph, all of that. And they were talking about, they mentioned who they wanted to bring back, and Rizzo was the first one. They were like, we really need to pin down on that. Now, if they released that video, pretty close to when they recorded it, that was only like a year ago. So they've had a year to get Bradley Freeman Jr. to play Rizzo, and they've done a fantastic job with that. So they really seem to put out a lot of stops for this. Getting new performers, new puppets built, stuff like that. I really do feel like they've put a good amount of effort into it. I don't feel like we'll be disappointed. We might be surprised and maybe go, I wasn't expecting that, but I don't think it's going to be something that you look back on like we do, with Muppet Wizard of Oz or the 2015 thing, and you go, in some cases, I really wish that never even became public. I do think it will be a fun watch. And I want to talk about, is Sabrina Carpenter the best option as well? At the moment, I think they've struck gold with a high level celebrity at the moment that's very in fashion for young people in America. I'm in England. We don't hear a lot about her. I still don't know a lot about her, but I know that she's very popular online and all that sort of stuff, so I believe that they've done a good job. But someone in the comments will probably have a better opinion on that, who's actually maybe American. But yeah, I think overall that was probably one of the better decisions they made, because she's probably top 3 pop stars at the moment. Not in my opinion, but just in the world. I'm a Wolfpack fan personally. Listen to Wolfpack, folks; they're phenomenal. So yeah, I think Sabrina's a good choice. Obviously, the Muppet performers. I think even when projects from the Muppets lack in its maybe amazingness, Wizard of Oz, Kermit Swamp Ears, stuff like that. I never think it's because of the performers. The performers themselves still do fantastic jobs every single time, and their actual performing, their puppetry never really lets them down in the recent stuff. It's been quite, especially with the 2015 show, the ABC 2015 show. That was, some of the puppetry in there was sort of groundbreaking and really hadn't been done before. So I don't think the puppeteers are going to let us down. Sure, Matt's voice might let us down as he doesn't really sound like Kermit. But honestly, people, just stop complaining. They've already filmed it. So I think overall this is probably the best option. Now, I've thought about what this could lead on to, because when they had the hit movie in 2011, that led on to obviously another film and that series. Obviously the second film, Muppets Most Wanted, wasn't as popular, became a little bit like Muppets Most Unwanted. I did a whole video about why I thought maybe it wasn't as good for the general public, because personally I preferred it to the 2011 film. And so that happened. So what's going to be our 2014 Muppets Most Wanted, but for this project? What's it going to be? Are they going to just start churning out series if it goes well? Are they going to go to a movie? We know there's a Miss Piggy movie in rumours, and I believe that's a true rumour. I made a video on that. So there's a potential for that movie if that movie goes through all the processing that it needs to get the green light. Because as we know, there's been several moments where the celebrities have tried to write Muppet movies and we've just never seen it hit the light of day. So I reckon we'll probably get 1 or 2 series out of this. I'm hoping for 5. I mean, imagine that. Do 5 again. That would be amazing. 120 episodes. What a thing that would be. There's probably not enough celebrities out there who would want to do it at the moment, but who knows? So I think we'll get some proper good series, hopefully. And I hope to see a film. I don't really want to see a Miss Piggy movie, because I feel like half of them feel like a Miss Piggy movie anyway, because she's such a big character. I'd love to see just a classic Muppet film. Just a classic Muppet film. Those are my thoughts. I believe this is probably one of the better options. Maybe not the best, but at this very moment, where we've had recent flops, like Muppets Now was just pretty bad. It wasn't meant for what it was. I don't know, it just didn't click. Muppets Mayhem was pretty good, but the editing on that show was a bit rubbish. The editing just was pudding, in my opinion, and stuff like that. So at the moment, doing something that they can refer back to, they can go, how do they do that? That was so popular, why did it work? They've got a solid backbone to fall against if something's, maybe not 100%. So yeah, at the moment, this is their best option. I think they've done a very good job choosing this, and I hope that it does actually work. I really do. Anyway, we'll see you guys soon. The next video we post may be tomorrow. It may be when the real thing comes out. Who knows? I might not post on the 4th when it comes out, because I might be watching it over and over and over again. We'll see. I hope to see you guys soon. God bless. We'll see you soon.